by its motto, helping the Red Cross to help others. Ibrahima Balde, Weekend Spectrum, GRTS.
They are almost sold everywhere. Guess what? Do you know that some people are of the belief that dates sell well during the Ramadan? Not quite, says a dealer in dates who insists that Ramadan or no Ramadan, the dates business is good. Let's look at this report for more.
Fruits of the date palm are very commonly consumed in many parts of the world and are a vital component of the diet in the Arab world. It is believed to have its origin in North Africa and Western Asia. The date palms were one of the few plants that could survive desert conditions and became a reliable source of food in an otherwise inhospitable climate. It was spread across northern Africa along the coast and at oases by nomadic people. But history has it that it was the Arabs who introduced this fruit to most of the other regions across the globe. There are many different cultivars of dates and they are classified as soft, semi-dry, and dry. In the Gambia, if the predominance of any fruit in the market can explain with ease that we are in the holy month of Ramadan, dates will be an ideal pick. It is so widespread in markets during this holy month that one could not be mistaken to call it a Ramadan fruit. But this, however, does not go without explanation. According to Islamic scholars, it was the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to break his fast with a date. This sunnah Muslims the world over keep dearly. It is believed that breaking one's fast with dates helps to energize the body. When the body absorbs the nutritional value of the dates, the feeling of hunger is pacified. GRTS went around to see how dates are faring in the market. The dates are usually from Saudi, Mali, and Dakar. The soft ones sell more than the dry ones, I was told by Momodu Aliuba.
It
was the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ to break his fast with a date. I buy dates on a regular basis to share with my family and neighbors. I prefer the semi-dry dates. Well, I only sell dates in Ramadan because that is when it sells more. Business is good so far.
Dates are termed as a crown of fruits and ideal food which easily balances and digests food. It gives energy to a tired human body within half an hour after taking it. Dates also contain a form of sugar that gives the body high levels of mobility and heat energy, which can be easily broken down in the body, research reveals. It is low in fat and protein, but higher in vitamins and minerals than any other fruit and vegetable.
Well, you went to the market to see for yourself, and it seems the market is flooded with dates. What's so special about dates?
Well, the dates being special during the holy month of Ramadan has a history behind it, and as you have heard in the report, for many people it was a tradition for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to break his fast with dates. Now that is why Muslims across all over the world usually break their fast with dates. Now if you go to the Serekunda market, and I must also say other markets as well, date is flooded around the whole market, and that is because we are in the holy month of Ramadan, and at this time of the month it sells more than any other month. Okay. Banjul is the focus of our new series on indigenous settlements in the Gambia. Over the coming days, we will be revisiting towns and villages in the Gambia. Being the capital city of the country, Ibrahima Balde introduces Banjul and its history.
Banjul was originally the settlement of the white establishment in the Gambia. Due to its geographical location, the fact that it is stuck in an island with the Atlantic Ocean running across the settlement, Banjul became a magnet for explorers. Throughout its history, infrastructure had been a major obstacle hindering the development of the city. The settlement had served as an instrumental colonial outpost. It was not until July 1952 the authorities constructed a pumping station which was ultimately meant to redistribute and redirect the city's water supply. Dudu Biram Jai, who is the councillor of Halfdai Ward, grew up in the city. He witnessed some aspects of colonial life in a settlement that started to expand from its native Halfdai residents.
From my days here, there were no gutters, and if you come out from the compound, you go straight into the bush. There was no high school, there was nothing, only the public works department. Everything was sandy, we never had these tar roads. But as development comes, we have all these things. On the side of, Half Die is a very old place. It's the first Banjul. Here is where Banjul started. All other places we are linked to Half Die, like Soldier Town. When the soldiers came here, they were allocated down there. That is why you hear them saying Soldier Town. But Half Die is the first place. And when I was born here, my father and my mother were here in this same compound. We live here all the way. Things didn't change.
Some Banjulians might have forgotten, but Dudu Biramjai said he remembered with nostalgic feelings his childhood days in the swampy areas, hunting a certain plant known as nens.
With Half Die, you have many places to explore during your childhood days. My childhood days were done when the new gutters came. The river will come inside the town. When the river is getting dry, it will leave fishes, and we used to fish inside these gutters. Along Bond Road too, we go there, and as you can see, this plant is called ndeng.
Over the years, Banjul has witnessed an unprecedented number of indigents who completely abandoned the capital city for a place in the Combos. The likes of Hadinjai and family decided to stay for obvious reasons. As we sit down with Hadi to reflect on her reasons of staying in Banjul, she explains some of the concerns her family faced each time the compound was flooded.
Sometimes rainwater invade our compound to an extent that our living rooms are usually flooded. Sometimes when it is raining, we normally witness a lot of water entering in all corners of the room. Our shoes, cooking utensils and other materials are usually not left out in this flood.
The drainage system is perhaps a hydra-headed monster that had for a long time reared its head in the city. Councillor Dudu Biramjai is optimistic that with the current efforts being spearheaded by the authorities, very soon the problem would be a thing of the past.
Banjul, at this present moment, we are safeguarding it, we are taking the bull by the horn, we are doing everything we can on drains to see that that doesn't happen. And I am sure with the present government we have, they facilitate us with everything. Banjul I will not agree to see Banjul sink.
For many indigents in Banjul, the sea has become a magnet for a lot of business operators. Modu Kale is setting his sights on planting coconut trees on the beach. If you were to ask him what his vision was for the city, he would tell you.
My dream and my vision, I want to make Banjul along the seaside all coconut trees. That's my vision. That's why I start this thing here, because of this sea erosion. That's the only way we can control it. Not to bring these Europeans, they come and bring their sands and all these things, but we can make along the seaside these coconut trees and the roots. Each coconut trees, the roots move up to 1 kilometer. If you have hundreds of coconut trees along the seaside here, when they are already matured, that means every month you invest, you can create an income of almost hundreds of thousands. Because each coconut trees, you can sell it for, each coconut, you can sell it for $15. And each coconut trees, you can harvest every 2 months, almost 70 to 55 knots.
Thanks to the ferry service, Banjulians receive on a daily basis thousands of people who for obvious reasons stay in the city momentarily before living elsewhere in the Combos. Samba Fall has been mayor of Banjul twice. He has been speaking about the changes in population dynamics and the need for Banjulians to unite and rally behind the government and invest in the city.
Every day we receive almost 400,000 people coming in and out, from the North Bank and from the South Bank, from the Saro or Denton Bridge end.
It's now time for a breather. Weekend Spectrum returns right after this.
Spectrum on GRTS.
Welcome back to Weekend Spectrum. It's now time to look at the international stories. We begin in Asia.
Much of the Philippine capital, Manila, remains underwater after days of heavy rain. The flooding has affected nearly 2 million people. As we hear in this report by CNN's Alex Zalbad, the cleanup has just begun.
Now that the rain has finally backed off, the cleanup is underway in Manila. Yesterday, it's happened.